This audio lecture will guide you through your cumulative case study that will focus on all the assignments created in this course. For your PowerPoint, select a background with a complementary font color that is easy to read. Black is always preferred. Save your file with your last name and assignment acronyms. An example is provided in this slide. Remove all red text in the template and replace with information. After the PowerPoint has been completed, narrate each slide. Convert this PowerPoint to an MP4 and upload to YouTube. Copy and paste the link to the peer-reviewed discussion board. Over the last 2 weeks of the semester, you will be required to review and critique 2 of your peers' case studies. Templates and Dropboxes have been created for these assignments. Additional information on narrating a PowerPoint slide, creating an MP4 conversion, and uploading to YouTube will be provided at the end of this presentation. In an attempt to create a realistic situation, provide an image of your patient with the following information: their age, gender, ethnicity and cultural concerns, social habits, family living situation, and any other information you would find interesting to your case study. You will also create a medical overview and identify the disease and condition you have selected. Any special concerns relating to your dental treatment as pre-medication or appointments or medication may also be listed. ASA, allergies, vitals, any possible surgeries or hospitalizations that may relate to your patient's particular health problems, medical treatment related to the disease or condition, and any medical emergency that you must be prepared for in the event it should occur with your patient. From assignments 5 through 10, select a disease and condition. Transfer that information to the following slides. Select a medication for your disease and a medication for your condition. Identify dosages, any special considerations while taking the medication, contraindications of the medication, and any oral effects of the medication. During assessing your patient, you will create a reflective intraoral and extraoral assessment. Pay close attention to include any conditions that are common in appearance for a patient with your specific conditions or disease. Select one of the 3 periodontal classifications from assignments 1, 2, or 3 for the following slides. You may select a gingival assessment from assignments 1, 2, or 3, or create a new one for your patient. As with assignment 1, 2, and 3, transfer your gingival descriptive statement into this slide. Complete your gingival assessment with 6 photos with descriptive labels that coincide with your gingival descriptive statement and your patient's condition and disease. Utilize one of the graded periodontal assessment chartings from assignments 1 through 3 to complete this slide. Complete the PSR as it reflects the periodontal classification and periocharting. Complete the ADA periodontal classification that is reflective with periodontal charting. Your AAP classification will be an assignment that is new to you for this case study. This periodontal classification must be reflective of your specific diseases and conditions that you have chosen for this assignment. Complete your dental hygiene diagnosis as it reflects your case study for condition and disease selection. Going forward, the following slides will be new. You will treatment plan your patient specific to their conditions and periochartings. Make sure to document and include all necessary codes, progress notes, and procedures. Each appointment will be followed with a progress note slide, 1 slide per appointment. These slides should include a review of the medical history, vitals, type of exam, if x-rays were taken or necessary, inter or oral findings, dental charting of any oral conditions, full mouth probings, if they were performed, any gingival assessment or periodontal evaluation, treatment that is recommended or performed, any intraoral pictures that should have been taken, possible impressions, information and paperwork on the nutritional analysis for your patient, OHI that is specific to their disease or condition, and any type of over-the-counter medications or medications that are prescribed. The following 5 slides can be used for treatment planning and progress notes. Feel free to delete or add to this list. Complete this home care recommendation slide with toothbrushing, toothpaste, floss, interdental aids, mouthwash, and fluoride specific to your patient's needs. Make sure to include any particular type of product that you recommend and any special instructions. The last slide of your case study will be a nutritional analysis. Complete this chart as it pertains to your patient's special nutritional needs. The following videos will run continuously in the upcoming slides. As you can see from the list, there are several, and they will provide valuable information in creating the videos for your assignments. The videos are designed to be used on PC computers. If you are working with the Mac, please search YouTube for instructions on how to create the following. Canvas does not work well with Apple software, and it may be best to complete this assignment in the computer lab.
Everyone has their own way of preparing for a presentation. What do you plan to say? How long will the presentation last? The first thing I do when I'm ready to rehearse is go to the Slideshow tab. Not to run a slideshow, but to work on my timing, using the Rehearse Timings command. This mode lets you practice your presentation while recording the amount of time it takes to deliver each slide. See the toolbar at the top? These timings can be used to run your presentation automatically in the future, so you can focus on your talking points instead of advancing the slides. While in rehearsal mode, just click the Next button to move to the next slide, or the right arrow on your keyboard. If you need more than one try to get a timing right, you can take a break using the pause button, and then resume the recording when you're ready. To re-record the timing on the current slide, just click Repeat and it'll reset the clock. Let's skip ahead to the end of the slideshow. I'm going to use the Escape key to return to PowerPoint, and I'm very satisfied with the timings from this rehearsal, so I'm going to click Yes to keep them. Here they are, right under each slide in Slide Sorter view. Now when I give my presentation, I can let this run in the background without having to advance the slides myself. That gives me an idea. Why don't we start over, and this time make a copy of the presentation that people can view on their own with slide timings and narration. It's possible with the Record Slideshow feature. All you need is a microphone for your computer. If you open the menu here, you can record from your current slide or from the beginning if you're just getting started. Check what you want to include, for me, timings and narration because I do have a mic. Then click Start Recording and be ready to perform your slideshow as soon as it begins. Make sure you speak clearly into the mic if you're recording narration, and as before, click Next or use the arrow key on your keyboard when you're ready to move to the next slide. Your mouse won't show up on screen in a recorded slideshow, so if you want to point something out, you'll need to do it using something the viewer can see, the laser pointer. It's easy. Just hold Control on your keyboard while you click and hold your mouse. When you're finished, press the Escape key. Now my timings and my narration are part of the presentation. Any slide with narration will be marked with a little speaker icon in the bottom right corner. If you change your mind and want to remove any timings or narration, just open the Record Slideshow menu and clear whatever you need, from the current slide or all the slides. I'm going to need to give my narration another go when I have all my talking points planned out, but I'm not worried. With the ability to rehearse and record, I know I'll be ready to deliver my presentation, whether it's to a live audience or the viewer's personal computer. The presentation I'm working on is almost done. I've typed up everything I need to share about the company's new wellness program. The only thing missing? Pictures. It's easy to insert a picture from a file or add clip art using the placeholders on your slides. All you have to do is click the icon. There are lots of ways to add an image, even if your slide doesn't have a placeholder. It all starts with the Insert tab. I already know which picture I want to use here. Luckily, I have the file saved to my computer, which means I can use the Picture command to navigate to where it's being kept, and then insert it. To move the picture while it's still selected, I'm just going to click, hold, and drag it to the right where we have plenty of space. Very good. Now let me take a look at the next slide. We'll also go back to the Insert tab. I don't have an image for this part of my presentation, but I'll bet I can find something in ClipArt. PowerPoint has a huge library of pictures, graphics, and other media that you can search using keywords. I'd like to see what we can find related to the word nutrition. And I want my results to include both illustrations and photographs. Click Go to search. Now we have tons of pictures to choose from. I think I'll click this one to add it to my slide. Let's close the ClipArt window so we can take a good look. The picture's a little big, but that's an easy fix. You can resize any image while it's selected using the sizing handles here in the corners. Just click, hold, and drag, then release the mouse to make the image larger or smaller. I'm also going to reposition it here. On my next slide, the picture I want to add is a little more unique. Not a picture file, not ClipArt, but a screenshot. A screenshot is an image that captures what's being displayed on your screen. For example, the website I'd like to share that can be used to track your health goals. Let's go back to PowerPoint. Then Insert, Screenshot, to take a look at our options. I have two windows open right now, including an Excel spreadsheet and the website I want to capture. Just click to take a screenshot of the window. Now we have an image of the page that even includes parts of my browser, like navigation and the status bar. I'd like to see if we can take a picture of just the calorie counter in the middle. So I'm going to delete this image, then go back to Insert, Screenshot, and this time Screen Clipping. This will let us capture part of the page instead of the entire window, using the same technique we use to draw text boxes. Just click, hold, and drag to draw a box around the image you want to capture. Then let go. Resize and reposition the picture if you need to. I think the right imagery, whether it's a picture from a file, ClipArt, or a screenshot, can really help your audience get into the presentation. PowerPoint gives you so many options.
Once you've added pictures to your presentation, you'll want to make them look as good as possible. And that could mean adjusting the color, or the brightness and contrast, or even just adding a border. To begin, click on the picture, and then go to the Format tab. And I want to start by cropping this picture. Click on the Crop command, and you'll see these black handles appear. And you'll need to make sure that the mouse is right over the black handle so that you don't accidentally grab a resizing handle. Then just click and drag. And I'm just cropping it a little bit. When you're finished, click the Crop command again. Just below that is a drop-down arrow, and if you go to Crop to Shape, you can choose what shape you want your picture to be. I'd like the picture to have rounded corners, so I'll go with the rounded rectangle. For some of your pictures, you may want to add a border. I want to create a gold border so it'll match the heading. And I can't really see the border right now, so I'm going to change the weight to 3 points. Most images aren't perfect, and that's where the Corrections menu comes in. This is found in the Adjust group. From here, you can sharpen and soften the image, or you can adjust the brightness and contrast. For this one, I'm just going to make it sharper to help bring out the detail. If you want to adjust the color, you can just go to the Color command. And here you can adjust the saturation, the color tone, or you can even recolor the image. I'm going to adjust the color tone to make the picture look a little bit warmer. I think this picture looks good now, so I'm going to go through and see if any of the other pictures need adjustments. This picture already looks really good, but there are a couple of things we can do to spice it up a little bit. Specifically, artistic effects and picture styles. From the Format tab, go to Artistic Effects and just hover over the different options until you find one that you like. Depending on what your picture looks like, some of them may look better than others. This one looks like a pastel drawing, which I think works well with this picture. I'm also going to choose a picture style. And these can add various types of frames and other types of effects to your picture. And the metal frame looks good. With all of the pictures in this presentation, the file size is probably pretty large, and that might be a problem if I want to email it to somebody. To fix that, I'm going to compress the pictures. In the Adjust group, click the Compress Pictures command. And here you have the option of deleting the cropped areas of pictures and also changing the target output. Email will give you the lowest resolution, which means the file size will be as small as possible. And I want to apply these changes to all of the pictures in the presentation, so I'll uncheck Apply Only to this picture and then click OK. You may have noticed that the picture adjusted a little bit, and that's because compression lowers the quality of the picture. So there is a trade-off, and you'll have to decide whether you want higher quality images or a smaller file size. I'm working on a Trivia Night slideshow for a local restaurant, and I want it to be as exciting as possible so people will want to keep coming back to Trivia Night every week. I want to spice it up a little bit by adding background music, sound effects, and other sounds to some of the slides. On the first slide, I'd like to add some intro music. To get started, go to the Insert tab and click the Audio drop-down arrow. There are 3 different ways to insert audio. For this one, I want to use one of the built-in audio files, so I'll go to Clip Art Audio. Here you can type your search terms, and I'm looking for something groovy. And then click Go. There are a few different ones to choose from, and if you want to preview the file, you can click the drop-down arrow and go to Preview Properties. But I know this is the file I want, so I'll just click on it to add it to the slide. And it may take a few seconds. Now once it's there, you can listen to it by clicking the play button. And if you want to jump to a different part of the song, just click anywhere on this timeline. And you can change the volume by going to the speaker icon on the right. I'm done with the clip art for now, so I'll close this. One of the questions will include a song that the participants will need to listen to, so I'm going to insert an audio file into that slide. Go back to the Insert tab and go to the Audio drop-down arrow and select Audio from File, and you'll use this option whenever you have a file on your computer like an MP3. Then find your file and click Insert. And I'm going to move it over here so it's easier to see. There is one more way to insert audio, and that is by recording it. Go down to Record Audio, and this will only work if you have a microphone that works with your computer. And some computers even have built-in microphones. When you're ready to record, click the Record button, and when you're finished, click the Stop button. And I'm just going to record a short phrase. And the answer is... Okay, I've recorded my phrase, and now I will click the play button to preview it. And the answer is... And when you're done, you can give it a name, and then click OK. And it will be added to the slide. So that's how you insert audio into your PowerPoint presentations. And in the next video, we're going to talk about editing it, adding fade-ins and fade-outs, and adjusting the other playback options.
Like
Now that we've added some audio files to our presentation, we need to edit them a little bit so they'll play back correctly. On the first slide, I added some intro music, but the song is over a minute long and I really only need a few seconds. To fix this, we'll need to trim it. Make sure that the audio icon is selected, and then go to the Playback tab and Trim Audio. And now you can use the green and red markers to change the start and end points. To preview it, click the play button. And I'm going to be adding a fade in and fade out, so when I'm done, the beginning and end will sound a lot smoother. And you can adjust the fade in and fade out on the Playback tab. I'm going to do 0.75 seconds for the fade in, and I want the fade out to be a little bit longer, so I'll do 3 seconds. If you want to be able to jump to a specific point in the song, you can add a bookmark. Click on the timeline where you want the bookmark to be, and then click Add Bookmark. And this little circle will appear, and during your presentation you can just click on it to jump to that spot. If I played the slideshow right now, I would have to click on the audio icon to start the music, but I would prefer if it started playing automatically. You can change this by going to the Audio Options group on the Playback tab, and where it says Start on Click, you can change this to Automatically. And there are some other options that you can change here. You can have the audio file loop continuously until you stop it. You can rewind it after it's done playing. You can hide the audio icon, and you can adjust the volume. And now I'm going to start the slideshow to test the intro music. And it starts playing automatically. And it fades out nicely. If you want to change the appearance of the audio icon, just select it and go to the Format tab. And here you can make any kind of adjustment that you want, or you can even use one of your own pictures. In the Adjust group, click the Change Picture command, and then find the picture that you want to use, and click Insert. Then you can resize it if you want to. And I'm also going to change the color so it matches the slide. Audio can add a lot of excitement to your presentation, and by using the Format and Playback tabs to customize it, you can make it even more impressive. Sometimes if you're giving a presentation, you may have a video that you want to show your audience. And to keep everything seamless, you can play the video directly on a slide in your PowerPoint presentation. In this Trivia Night slideshow, some of the trivia questions require the audience to view a short video and then guess who the actor or actress is. So I'm going to add a video just above the question. First, go to the Insert tab, and then click on the Video drop-down arrow. To add a video from your computer, select Video from File. And then just find your file and click Insert. And then wait for it to add the video. And with larger files, this could take quite a while. Just like with pictures, you can resize videos and you can move them wherever you want. To preview it, press the play button just below the video. And for convenience, both the Format and Playback tabs also have play buttons. To the right of the play button, there's a timeline, and you can click anywhere on it to jump to a different part of the video. And on the far right, you can control the volume. There are two other options for inserting a video. If you have the embed code from a video on YouTube or another video site, you can click here to add it. One advantage of this option is that it doesn't increase the file size of your presentation, but you will need to be connected to the internet whenever you want to play the video. And you can also add clip art video, but these are mostly just very short animations and they may not be as useful to you. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to customize your video by editing it and changing the video options. I've added a video to my presentation, but I still need to make a few changes so it will play back exactly how I want it to. First, make sure your video is selected, and then go to the Playback tab. In some of your videos, you may just want to play an excerpt, and you can use the Trim Video command to get rid of the parts that you don't want. In the dialog box, you'll see green and red markers, and you can click and drag these to change the start and end times. I'm only going to use a few seconds from this video. Then you can click play to preview it.
Here she is. She is single and fun-loving.
That looks good, so I'll click OK. To give it a little more of a polished look, you can add a fade in and a fade out. I think I'll just do a little over a second for each one. You can also add bookmarks to the timeline of the video, which you can use to jump to specific points during your presentation. You'll first need to click on the timeline to find the exact point in the video that you want, and then go to Add Bookmark, and it will add a little circle here. You can add more than one if you want. And now you can just click on each bookmark when you want to jump to that part of the video. Now let's look at a couple of the video options. And they're also found on the Playback tab. By default, you'll have to click on the video during the presentation to play it, but you may want it to start automatically when you get to that slide. You can just change the Start option to Automatically. And if you want the video to play full screen, you can just put a check mark here. There are some other options on the Format tab. These are very similar to the formatting options you get when you insert a picture. For example, you can add a video style, which can add a border and effects to the video. Another thing you can do from here is change the poster frame, and this is just the image that your audience will see when the video is not playing. Most of the time you'll probably want to use a frame from your video as the poster frame, but you can use a different image if you prefer. Click on the timeline and find the frame that you want. Then go to the Poster Frame command and select Current Frame. I think this video is done now, and to preview it, I'm going to watch the slideshow. And the video starts playing automatically.
Here she is. She is single and fun-loving.
And when it's finished, it goes back to the poster frame image that we chose. And that's it. So you have a lot of different options on the Format and Playback tabs that you can use to tailor your videos to your presentation.
Like what you
that you can do with it is that you can save and send it, and then you can send it and publish those slides by creating a video, and that'll create a WMV file format, and the whole thing will be in one single video. Keep in mind that if you do this, it's going to take some time for the computer to process all that you have created in your slideshow. But it seems like it incorporates all the recorded timings, narrations, laser pointer gestures, includes all the slides, and preserves animations, transitions, and everything. So it is very powerful and very helpful for you to utilize this for your lectures, for classroom lectures, without having to purchase any additional technology. So to create the video, you click on File, choose Save and Send, and then Create Video, and Create Video again, and you just give it a file name.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the first video in the YouTube tutorial series. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a YouTube account. So I'm on YouTube's homepage, and in the top right hand corner you will see a blue sign in button. Go ahead and click on that and it will take you to the Google account page. Now, if you don't have a Google account, you have to go ahead and create one. So down below the blue sign in button, you'll see create an account. We're going to click on that, and it's going to take us to where we'll create it. So go ahead and enter in all your information, and you can use either an email address that you already have, or you can create a new Gmail address, which is what I'm going to do. And you can make it anything you want. I'm going to make mine browser language demo1 at gmail.com. Create a password. Make your password, kind of complex so that it wouldn't be easy to figure out or guess, or anybody to hack into your account. Enter your birth date and enter your gender. Google also asks for your mobile phone number, and then also your current email address. And so then you gotta type in the text you see in the picture, and also written next to the picture, to show that you're not some spammer or anybody that isn't supposed to be on there. And I agree to the Google Terms of Service. Go ahead and click Next Step, and it will then take you to this page. You can add a photo if you want to your account, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit Next Step. It will then take you to this page. It says you now have a new email address, and it's browserlanguagedemo1 at gmail.com. Just go ahead and click this blue button that says Back to YouTube, and you are now signed in. It will ask you if you want to subscribe to any of these channels. You can just hit Next, and then here are some channels for you also. Go ahead and hit Cancel, and you are now on the YouTube homepage, and you are signed in to YouTube. So that is how you create a YouTube account. And if this was helpful, please click the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. It is below this video. And in the next video, I will show you how to change your YouTube channel name. So thank you for watching.
If you have a existing Google account, you pretty much already have an account with YouTube, since they pretty much took them over a little over a year and a half ago. If you don't have an account, it's real easy. Just go ahead and create an account, but I already have an account, so let me get signed in real quick. Okay, once you're signed in, what you want to do is just come right up here where it says upload. Click that. Now I need to do is go ahead and find my file. So this will just take me a minute. I usually save it on an external hard drive to keep the internal hard drive on my computer freed up. Okay. And once you figure out your file, go ahead and hit open. Now, depending on your internet speed and how fast your computer is, will be how fast this will load up. I got pretty fast internet here, so while this is going, go ahead and start filling out the title. You can add the description. Tags are very important. These are keywords that people are going to be able to find you, so very important to put some good keywords in there. If you do, let's see what else we got here for you. This is where you can be public, unlisted, or private. If you just want to have personal family or friends to see it only, you can go private with it. I want to keep this public. I can post to my subscribers, custom messages. Category, it's always good to maybe pick a category in here for yourself. And thumbnails. So once it does process, you can pick a thumbnail. So I'll just click one which I'll like to save there. And Let's see, is that everything else? That's pretty much most of it right there. Oh, here's another thing too. If you guys are out there for monetizing your video, what this is what one way of making money on your video, basically by them putting advertising. So what you do is you can sign up, and once you do sign up, just make sure once you do upload a video, just click that. And these are the different kinds of ads you could do for making money on. And I just usually click them all, save changes. And advanced settings, you can really, if you want to allow comments, users can vote on you, users can view ratings of this video, allow video responses, allowed, or you can do all or approved. So, and then there's obviously you can go through and do some other stuff here. So the basic info is the real big one, and this is the one you really gotta look on doing, and then you should be all good to go. So anyways, I hope this really helped you. If there's any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible on that. So anyways, you guys have yourself a good day, and we'll catch you down the road. Adios.